Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the BeBall Jones podcast. Of course, I'm your host, BeBall Jones, and as you can see, let me see if I can get it. Oh, I got it right. I have a guest right here in the Miss Brooke Hallman. How you doing, Brooke?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm amazing. You feel me? I can't complain. We had a rough beginning to this recording, but we're here now, so it's all good. I can't complain. Um,
hmm
so. How are you doing in life right now? What's going on in your life right now? What's going on with you?
Um, I'm doing pretty good. I mean, like you said, can't complain. Life's going pretty good right now. Um, as far as sports, I mean, I'm lifting and stuff every day for basketball, and then I'm in track and field right now. So we
Mm.
also have like practice after school for a javelin, because I throw the javelin. Um, and then after that, I just go home, take a shower, and chill for the rest of the day, and then restarts again.
So you have like a very full. Are you like doing stuff all the time? Like, are you playing like multiple sports all the time, or is it just like right now you're playing 30 sports?
Well, most of the time, I'm always playing a sport. I never really stop playing a sport. I mean, like before basketball starts, I play flag football, and then basketball starts, and then after basketball, now I'm doing track. So, last year I played softball, so that like, kind of filled the place of track now. But yeah, this year I'm doing track.
So basketball is number one, right? I just want to make that clear.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, because if it wasn't, I might have had to kick you off the podcast and be the shortest interview I've ever had. So it's all good. You had the right answer, so we're cool.
Oh yeah.
So why is basketball number one for you? Like where did this love for basketball come from?
um. Okay, so like back in my childhood, we would play like me and my parents and my brother. We would play basketball outside, like just for fun, just joking around, just something to do as a family. And then fifth grade year comes around, and I was like, I kind of love basketball because I like played at PE like every day, and my coaches would like hype me up because I'd like beat all the boys and stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this. Whatever, I'll do a rec league. I tried it. Turns out I love it, and then I played my first year of travel ball. I think it was fifth grade summer. Yeah, I think it's fifth grade summer. And then I've been playing ever since. And then sixth grade, I played in high school. Well, I went to a private Christian school, so it was sixth like through 12th grade, pretty much, or it was like K through 12. So I was on varsity as a sixth grader there, and then I was from then on. I've been on varsity ever since.
So
So
basically
yeah,
half your life you've been on varsity.
yeah, essentially yeah.
That's crazy. Um, so you played against boys a lot growing up, or was it just like in PE and stuff?
um, it was mainly in PE and stuff like that, or just like outside with my brother, or yeah, like I said, at PE. So I'd say I definitely played more basketball against girls, but I do play a lot with boys too.
So do you feel like playing against what is what makes playing against boys so special and so different against playing against girls?
I feel like boys would definitely like push you harder, just because like I feel like girls are more scared to like put themselves out there, type stuff. So like I feel like they don't like talk as much or like motivate you as much. So I feel like boys definitely have like I guess you would they're more aggressive. I guess you could say. So I guess that helps push me, and then they're also like stronger, so helps me get stronger as well.
Hmm. So what would be like the on court difference? Like when you're playing against girls, there's a certain way that you play or that they play against you versus playing against guys. What do you say like the difference is with that?
I'd say guys are definitely a lot faster. That's for sure. And you definitely have to box out against guys because guys can jump right over you easily. So, um, but girls, I still think girls are fast, just not as fast as guys. Like the game's a lot slower than guys.
Hmm. So do you feel like
But
doing
I
that gave you? Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I was gonna say I feel like girls are definitely more like fundamentally sound though, like just in the sport. I feel like most girls focus on more fundamentals than guys do, and I feel like guys are just more focused on athleticism.
That is a fact because I'm a guy, so I know how I was growing up. Like I didn't care nothing
Yeah,
about fundamentals. I didn't care about all that stuff. If I can run fast and jump, which I could, I was fine. So the skills will
right.
come somewhere down the line. But yeah. But do you feel like playing against guys gave you an edge when you went back to the girls' game?
I definitely do think it did. It like I don't know. I feel like it makes you mentally stronger too. Like just playing against them. Like oh, like pretty much. I feel like it makes you feel more like an underdog, like against boys type deal. Like they could jump over you, obviously, so you can't jump as high. So you gotta like outsmart them more than outplay them, I guess. So then I feel like that transfers over, and I feel like you could play a little smarter against girls as well and get an edge over girls.
Hmm. So you feel like the your mindset of where you are right now was kind of developed against playing against guys?
I definitely do, especially my brother. Especially my brother.
Is he good? Well, yeah. Is he good?
I'd say he is. Yeah, he's not. He doesn't really. He doesn't play basketball right now, but I definitely. He's a shooter. He's definitely a
Okay.
shooter. It's so weird though. Like when we play any sport, if his song, like if we're playing music and his song comes on, it's like he has an automatic takeover. I don't understand it. It's so crazy. Like we'll be outside playing wiffle ball or something, and he'll be like playing awful. I wouldn't say playing awful, but he'd be playing like mediocre, and then like his song comes on, and he just hits home run. It's like what? Like what is going on?
That's crazy. But it might be a superpower. He has a little hack over you now, so I don't know.
Just gotta make sure his song don't come on,
So you got
or
to be
just put on
all time DJ.
music. So yeah, all time walks.
So tell me, without the music juice, okay, excluding that, who's the better shooter?
I'd say me right now. I'd say me, but it depends because if he gets hot, okay. If we're both hot, it's gonna be a good competition. But if I'm just like shooting normal and he's hot, he's gonna definitely blow me out the water.
So give
it's
me
it's
all
something.
time peak. If you're on a flame floor and he's a flamethrower, who wins?
Oh, I'm gonna say me. I'm gonna say me.
I like that. I like that. Is your older brother, right?
Yeah, he's older. I got an
How
older and
much
a
older?
younger. He's 18.
Ooh, okay. So he never takes it easy on you, does he?
Nope.
No
Especially when we
problem.
start talking to each other. Mm.
Ooh.
We don't. We go. We go at each other. That's for sure.
Like a big brother. I'm not a big brother, but as a big brother should. Like I have a niece and I bully her almost 24/7, and that's my role. That's what I do as the uncle. That's what we do. So as the older
Oh
brother, he
yeah.
should bully you. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely made me stronger though. Girls with like older brothers, I feel like are just different, I guess, than like other people, like other girls, if that makes sense. I
Yeah,
don't know. It's
I
just like
think
something. Like one of my friends, like you could just tell, like don't mess with her, just don't mess with her, because she has an older brother. Like just don't mess with her. Like she definitely got bullied as a kid by her older brother, so she's definitely stay away from her.
yeah, yeah, that makes sense. So, but I do feel like that when girls play against guys, especially girls that have older brothers, your mindset is different. How you go about things is different because like you're trained to have a certain thought process and do certain things a certain way. So now you can't turn that switch off just because you're around girls now. So
Right,
like you said, you played against them growing up, you had to be the underdog going against guys. You had to be more physical. So you step back in girls basketball, it's like psh, I can easily do a little bump and she's flying now. I can do these moves because you had to outthink too. So I feel
right.
like that gave you an edge that put you in position to play varsity at sixth grade,
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
So tell me about that experience though, being in sixth grade on varsity. Like, were you nervous at all? Like, what was that like?
I feel like I was like young to like even understand like what I was in. Type I don't know. I just like did it. process it the same way as I like do now. I kind of didn't understand like because I'm we were state runner ups my sixth grade year, and I like didn't really like even understand that at the time. Like I didn't even like realize it meant so much. And then like I remember like all the seniors like crying obviously, but like I don't know. I feel like I didn't like realize that it like meant so much. But like now I'm starting to like understand like hey this like means a lot, like this is a big game obviously, and I play a lot more than I did sixth grade year. I didn't play very much sixth grade year, um but I'm just glad I feel like my sixth grade year definitely gave me confidence though, just because like my coach believed in me, and like that was only my second year ever playing, so it's like kind of a confidence booster.
Hmm. I don't know if we did we mention what school you go to?
No, I don't think so. I go to Auburn High School right now.
All right, so we got that sit out there.
hmm
So I know y'all are 7A, but were y'all 7A when you first started playing with them? Like, was that a
This is
thing?
my first year. Oh, wait, are you talking? Mm, okay, so I went to all right. My sixth grade year, I went to a private Christian school in Abbeville, Alabama, and then I went to my seventh and eighth grade year. I went to another private Christian school in Dothan, Alabama, and then I went to Eufaula High School in Eufaula my ninth grade year, and then now I'm here, and I'm hoping to stay, or I will stay, my 10th, 11th, and 12th grade year because I love Auburn.
Okay, okay. That changed my question up then because it's different. But um, what is it like playing there? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, when I was younger, I didn't know that it was a high school. I just knew like Auburn University. So like,
Right.
what is it like being in Auburn versus the other places you were before?
I definitely feel like you're held to a different standard. Like, just because you're a 7A school and because you're right next to a huge university, I feel like it's just a different standard compared to like my sixth grade year is a 1A private Christian school in the like middle of nowhere. Like people didn't really. I mean, that people cared about. Actually, people did care about basketball like a lot because that was like the only thing to do in Abbeville. It was to just go to basketball games. So, like I said, I feel like it's definitely a different standard, just because, like I said, you're next to a university and it's a 7A school. Um, so yeah.
Mm. So what would you say like is the sports vibe? Like, is basketball bigger? Was basketball bigger at the 1A school because that's all they had, or is basketball bigger now at the 7A school because it's like sports is what you do?
Um. Okay. I feel like it could go either way, but I would probably say more Auburn High School, just because like I feel like Auburn as a whole focuses a lot on like sports in general,
Mhm.
but we either focus on sports or academics, so it's like either way. But there's definitely a lot of support at the games. Just like the football games are crazy, like sold out, crazy. Um, and then like the football, like at the basketball games, we'll have student sections. Um, so I would probably say Auburn High School, just because my 1A school is I those are more parents, I guess, and I feel like you're getting more support from like more kids my age, at the Auburn High School.
Hmm. Okay. So explain to me what it feels like to be playing basketball at 7A. Because when I was in school, 7A, I think it had just started right when I left, like the year or two after I left, it just started. So what is it like playing on 7A level?
I'm gonna go back to that standard. Like it's a higher standard just because you're in 7A and you're like we're like one of the biggest schools in Alabama. So I feel like, and we're only 10th or 12th graders. So it's like I would say there's definitely a higher standard, like I said earlier. But yeah, we're like a big school, so like it's definitely a lot different than a 4A school or a 3A school. So yeah.
Do you feel like that pressure and that standard like makes you better, or does it kind of just like it's whatever?
I feel like for different players it can differ, but for me personally, I would say it kind of boosts my confidence it doesn't really like I don't choke under pressure usually. I normally like um what's it called? Exceed or what's it called? I'm trying to find the word for it now. What's it called?
Like you thrive under
I
pressure.
do yeah that word. I thrive under pressure. That's the word. You got it.
Okay, so where does that thriving under pressure come from though? Because I don't think most people are just born with that. I think that's kind of like something you kind of have to go through and you kind of figure out as you go. So like, where did that come from for you?
Um, I'm gonna go back to my brother. Probably my brother. Like, um, I have to have more confidence when I play against him. Type stuff. When I was younger, um, so I feel like now I play with more confidence just naturally. So I feel like that helps me thrive.
So is it, would you consider yourself a clutch player?
I would. I
So you
definitely would.
like so you like Kyrie or Dame at the last minute, like give me the ball and don't worry about it.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, I'd say so for sure.
I respect that. So where did that confidence come from? Like just because you can play well in the big game, it's different to play well in the big game versus being able to hit the clutch shot at the last minute shot. Because that's like I don't think people think about it. Like you're gonna get blamed or praised for winning or losing that
Right.
game. You get
Right.
that pressure. So like where did that come from? Like that's the same thing for your brother.
Um, I'd say some of that, and also just like all the practice I've put into the sport in general. I feel like I could like all my practice pay like will pay off, and I feel like I could hit that shot type stuff. So yeah.
Mhm. So what does your training look like to be able to do that? Is it just like regular practice? Or do you like practice game winners? Like what do you do for your training to handle the clutch moments and the big moments like that?
I just say like a lot of shooting, a lot of shooting. Every now and then I'll just like kind of goof off ish and like do some step backs like in the corner, like a Curry shot or something, or shoot it from like the volleyball line or half court, and like just kind of goof off like that. But even though I'm goofing off, it's more serious than it seems.
Mm. I think you got a good blend of that because on one hand you do need to get like the game reps in of doing X, Y, and Z. But then you need to do have the fun of like trying to mimic what a pro player does, whether it's NBA or WNBA or like whatever.
Hmm.
Because like you said, the reps gave you the confidence, but then you have like a little sneaky tool in your bag that you can steal this move from such and such. So
Right.
I think you have a good blend. But is that something that you intentionally do, or like did your parents put you on that, the training? Like, where did that come from?
I intentionally do it normally, like just towards the end of practice, like I'll just goof off a little bit. Um, I'll hit like a, I'll hit a, oh, let me like run down the court, layup, game, that's game. Or I'll just be like 3, 2, step back, in there, game's over, we win. Type stuff. And like as a kid too, like my dad would always say like, "Oh," or I'll like shoot it, say I miss it, he'd be like, "Oh, the clock, guys, stop the clock. He stopped the clock, malfunctions, whatever." And they'd be like, they did it again. 3, 2, oh, she hits the shot, game over." Like jokes around like that, or like, "Oh, they fell down, they fell down. Layup, game over."
Yep.
Or
I
like
think
if we're
all.
like say we're ending in like free throws or something, it'll be like, lane violation. Looks like you get another
Yep.
shot. All right, that's game over.
Yep. I think all real hoopers had to have that experience growing up where
Oh yeah,
if you miss the game winning, it's never your fault. It's never your fault. It's
never.
always, like I said, a clock malfunction. You got fouled, so you go to the free throw line,
Uh huh.
or a lane violation. Okay, it was a defensive foul, so you get the ball back again. They didn't start the clock, so you got okay. Give me the ball back. All right, cool. Every
Right.
real hooper had to have
Mhm.
that experience
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. Imaginary game winning situation.
all the time. This is not right. It's never my fault that I missed a shot. It's some
Oh,
fluke thing that
never.
happened. Like
Yeah, something that's like a 1% chance of ever happening. One in
exactly.
a
I'm glad you
million.
know.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah. I'm glad you understand and know because that's we're here right now. We got you. We got
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know if y'all still did that, man, because it felt for a while that kids didn't hoop as much and they weren't just having the fun of just it's like too much structured playing, so you didn't have the freestyle and fun of just like the goofing off in the driveway, goofing off in the gym.
Oh yeah,
You gotta
right.
in your whatever you're doing with the game winning shot. So I'm glad that that one piece is still being carried on to y'all, man.
Oh
Like,
yeah. And I always do like a free throw at the like I'll do like two free or like towards the end like when I'm actually like about to like leave. I'll always be
hmm
like, okay, all right, if I make these free throws, then we win. If I miss one, then we tie. If I miss both of them, then we lose. Of course, I
yep,
gotta sink both of them to win the game.
yep, every time. Oh man, you just warmed my heart. You know what you just did for me. I'm happy right now.
Oh yeah.
So it's not that you're mentally weak. It's just that you don't really understand where your mental toughness is. You don't understand where exactly you're mentally strong at. It's even crazy. You probably don't even really understand what mental toughness actually is. Now, I don't blame you because usually we just have coaches yelling at us and fussing at us saying, hey, 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 be mentally tough. You're being weak right now. You're being soft right now. But it's not the full scope and it doesn't give you any true understanding of what mental toughness is and how you can get better at it. And so I'm here to help you guys out. Because just imagine I gave you a pill right here in my hand. Just imagine. And within that pill, it gave you just a epiphany where you just brain just blew up and you're just like, oh my goodness, you got so much better understanding. Now your game just grows by 10x and you just a whole different person now. Bro, I got the pill for you right here. Never fear, B's Mental Toughness Playbook ebook is here. You feel me? So in this whole little playbook I got for you, just a small little ebook, it breaks down the mental game of understanding what mental toughness is in different areas of what your mental toughness is and how you can actually grow it and get better and enhance it. So, look in the link, look in the description, and to go ahead and purchase it and do yourself a favor by just understanding what mental toughness actually is and also understanding how you can actually grow it and what you can do to get better at it. So, just the mental toughness playbook, small little ebook. I'm just trying to tell you, hey, can't say I didn't warn you.
Oh man, so tell me about your dad. Like, what role does he play in your life and like your basketball career right now?
Um, for okay, so for AAU, we drive like 3 hours to practices every Saturday. It'll be 10 to 3:30 every Saturday. AAU practice. It's already like in the calendar every time, and he always drives me there first thing in the morning because we have to leave early. We got to get there an hour early, so then we got to leave at 6 because that's a 3 hour drive. So he drives me there and like stays every Saturday and spends this whole Saturday like watching me play basketball. So that's
Hmm.
like a main thing right now that he does.
Ah, parents, man, you gotta appreciate them because a 3 hour drive.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be sleeping so it goes by, but he can't sleep behind the wheel.
Oh man, you better give your dad a really nice Father's Day gift because that's a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure. For Christmas, we got a family gift for him, and it was a massage like thing for his shoulders and stuff. So he definitely uses that.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Um, so now tell me about your experience right now, um, at Auburn. Like, what has it been like? This is your first year, so what is it like, playing up there?
It definitely feels like I fit in like perfectly. Like I've said it before, like to like just some of my friends, like I'll be like, dang, like it feels like I've known you like my whole life, and I've only known you like 8 months maybe, like not even a full year. And if like I don't know, it just feels like I've like known them my whole life. I just like bond with everybody so well, so that's always good to like fit in perfectly, and like that also helps on the court in general. It just gives me more confidence with that too. So I feel like that helps me play.
So, do you feel like this is a, you said you guys are pretty young, right? You said like 10th, 11th graders.
Hmm. Yeah.
So do you feel like this is a potential state level team, or is it like, you got some work to do? Like, how far away are you from that?
I definitely say that I'd say we have some work to do, obviously, because it's still a young team, so we still have to like get that chemistry going. So I feel like if we get that chemistry going, which we will, um, that will definitely be like a pretty good team, pretty solid team.
And how far did you guys go, or ladies go, excuse me, this year?
I don't really like to talk about it, but we got out first round. We shouldn't have lost, honestly, but you win some, you lose some.
Tell me about that. Or what was that experience like in the playoffs?
Definitely a huge game. It was one of those. We were at Bill Harris, I think. I don't remember. Bill, Bob Harris, something like that, in Birmingham.
Hmm.
It's one of those like courts where like behind the basketball goals, like there's so much space, so it like
Hmm.
kind of messes up your like depth perception. But I don't really want to blame that on that. I feel like as a team, like I feel like we didn't prepare good enough. Um, but I still feel like we definitely could have won that game. And I don't really like blaming it on the refs, like ever, but the refs didn't really help us out either. Um, but yeah, it's just one of those games where just didn't win it that night. Just weren't playing good that night.
Hmm. Was this your first taste of the playoffs? Like your first time making playoffs?
Um, he actually no. Last year we got out first round too. I think at Eufaula High School. So yeah.
So do you feel like what would you feel like the difference is between the regular season games and the playoffs? Did you feel like the playoff intensity, or was it just like kind of another game for you?
I'd say a little bit of both. Obviously, like every game, I'm gonna try my hardest. I'm gonna try to play my best. I still have the same confidence going in every game, but you could definitely feel like it was different. Like just the last game we played, it just you could feel the difference. But for me, like my mindset, I'd still try to keep everything the same because it's still like just another game, even though it's not just another game.
Mhm.
I still like tell myself like it's just another game, another basketball game. I've played hundreds of these, like it's just another one. So yeah.
Hmm. So do you feel like you played your regular game in the playoffs, or you kind of spoke about it earlier, but like, did you feel like you rose to the occasion of, okay, it's playoff time, let me, you know, get in my Brooke bag and like really show out, or you just kind of just like, play your regular average game?
Um, Honestly, I didn't really like play the best in my opinion. Like I definitely could have done better. But I'm always like hard on myself, so it's always gonna be like that. Um, but I definitely try to prepare that way. I try to prepare like, hey, this is a playoff game, like let's show out. But like I said, it kind of wasn't really my night. I still scored the ball, but like I feel like it wasn't my night that night.
Hmm. Okay, so I'm kind of interested about this. I like to ask people this, but how would you describe your game? Like, if you had to like break down your game, how would you do that?
Um, in short, I would say I play fast. That's how our AAU team is. Like we just push the ball, and we're a 3 point shooting team. So we push the ball and shoot the ball. So I would definitely say those two things. I push the ball and I shoot the ball.
So if you had to give me a player comparison, who would it be?
mm, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say I'll say Steph Curry. And my coach always like tries to compare me to him too. It says like oh like he'll show me like videos of him and tell me like oh you need to move like this with the ball or like we're gonna try to get you a play like this off the ball or like off the screen like and we'll get somebody to help screen you here and then you come off the screen and shoot the three or whatever. So he's like he also shows me like videos and stuff like that and tries to compare me to him. So I'd probably say yeah I'd probably say Steph Curry.
It's not surprising. Do you have like a WNBA comp, or is just Steph Curry?
Mm, Probably Sue Bird.
Ooh, Sue. Going after the legend. Okay. Why Sue?
She just I don't. There's something about her too. Like she's obviously like a WNBA great, Hall of Famer. I don't know. She just I feel like she plays similar to me. Like or I play similar to her actually. Let me not say it like that. I feel like I don't know. It's just something about it. I feel like I just play similar to her.
Hmm. I respect that, even though she's retired now. So, can't really copy her as much as you used
Yeah,
to. But,
I'll have to find somebody else.
yeah. She's dope, man. But you're also a lefty. I have this thing about lefties where you guys are like an unfair cheat code because for whatever reason, y'all are either very great shooters or very crafty scorers. It's never anything else but one of those two. Like,
Yeah, I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. Cause I know this guy. He plays at UNA right now, but he was great. He's great. Like he's really good in my opinion. He's really good in high school, like really really good, and he's still doing like really good as a freshman at UNA. But he's a lefty too, and I used to like tell him like, hey, it's like we're lefties. Like there's something different, and like other people used to like would tell me stuff like that too. So I definitely agree with that. Not to boost my ego.
I mean, I would almost say it's a fact because it's probably like 5% of y'all who aren't one of those two. Like the only left I could think about right now that wasn't like that. You probably even know who this is, but Josh Smith. But he was super athletic. But like, you know who Manu Ginobili is?
Yes.
Super crafty, and he's a
Mhm.
lefty. Like ridiculously. Like it
Oh
doesn't make
yeah.
any sense how crafty he was. And
Honestly, I kind of wouldn't like expect that out of him. Like just seeing him, I kind of wanted to expect like how good he is.
oh, he
Like, I
doesn't
would
look like
not
he can
guess
hoop.
it.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he can hoop. But you actually see his game, his film is like Ginobili is crazy.
Right.
So
Check the
yeah, it's
stats real quick. It's like whoa, whoa. He dropped a 40 ball on y'all.
yeah,
Whoa.
yeah. Y'all lefties are something else, man. So um, can you? I my this is a serious question. Can you like rub off some of your lefty secret sauce on me, and I can be like a part-time lefty or something? Like you know how they got like secret sauces and stuff at restaurants. Package it up and give that to me, so I can have a little bit of like the lefty touch. I just want like a little bit of like.
All right, I'll see if I can find some.
That's what I'm talking about. I need a little bit of that in my life. So thank you. I appreciate it. And I got this recorded, so when this comes out, I need everybody to hold her accountable to where she sends me the package of like the secret lefty sauce. Lefties can't be mad at me because we agreed to it, so it's whatever.
All right, I got you.
I feel good now. I feel even better, So thank you for that.
New instead of new year, new you, new day, new you.
I'm wake up tomorrow being, a lefty. That's a whole new me.
That'd be crazy if that was actually like real. You just wake up and you're a lefty one day.
I would actually like to do that, like to wake up and just like be a left-handed person just for a day.
It always like surprises me how, or it doesn't really surprise me anymore, but it used to when they're like, okay, who's a like it'll be like basketball tryouts or something. It's like, all right, who's a lefty here? And I'm just like me, and it's like two people in the whole group. I'm
Yeah.
just like, okay, and then I like end up being buddies with the other left-handed person.
hmm Cause y'all a small little group and you gotta stick together. It's crazy.
Got to.
So do you? Oh, this is good. Would you say you have a favorite left-handed person, like a player that you look at and like, man, they're a lefty and like it's my favorite one.
um. Okay, I definitely have to think about this one. But back in the days, I used to like James Harden, but now he kind of fell off for me a little bit. But it used to be James Harden, and I'm trying to think of who else is like left-handed that I like. Like who else is left-handed? I'm trying to think.
That's a good question. Who else is left-handed? Um, only thing I can think of is James Harden right now. Well, actually playing is James Harden. everybody else I think about is retired. Oh man, this is sad. I feel like I'm not a real basketball person. It's crazy.
I feel like I'm not a real left-handed person. I feel like I should know this. God, I don't know, but every time I see somebody shoot, and I'm like, dang, that looks weird, and I look again, and I'm like, they're left-handed, and then it sticks out to me. That's for sure. That I can't think of an NBA or a WNBA player that's left-handed right now. I don't know why. Kind of going blank.
I bet as soon as we get done recording, it's going to like 50 people going to rush into your brain. It happens like all the time. Like in the moment,
Yeah,
I forget, and then as soon as you get done, it's like boom, crazy.
yeah. I'm trying to. Gosh, this is gonna get me. I don't know. Dang.
I don't know. It's sad, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. But
Oh yeah. If it pops into my head, I'll be sure to shout it out.
did you see not too long ago there was a video of a guy, I think he's in high school. I think it was a high school game, but he was shooting left-handed and right-handed. Did you see that?
I did, and I know I see a lot of like stuff like that now. I feel like more people are like left-handed and right-handed.
Really?
I seen not too long ago. I seen like a pitcher, like this like younger kid. He's a pitcher, and he was left-handed and right-handed. And I was like, what the heck? But I did see that left-handed and right-handed shooter or hooper. I was like, that's definitely a threat though. Like that's kind of like what's it called? Not fair at all.
Not at all. No. Because
Like you
like
can't
even
even like you have to play them straight up then,
yeah,
and then they could go into a fadeaway and shoot it either way, and they could definitely finesse their way out of something. So that's definitely it's a hack.
I think Kyrie and Steph are probably the closest thing we've seen to like ambidextrous like finishes and
Mm-hmm.
like
Kyrie's
some mid-range
insane.
stuff, like the little left-handed floaters and stuff. But like
Uh huh.
neither one of them doing like left-handed pull-ups. Like that's next level. Like
Wait,
I can
hold on. Isn't Zion left-handed?
yes, he is.
Zion. I'm gonna say Zion.
RJ Barrett's left-handed.
Him too. Yeah, he's good. Zion's just crazy. I don't know. I don't. Zion is insane. If
If
he
he can
could,
stay healthy,
yeah, I
I
was
will
about to
give
say
him
that.
that.
His like his bounce is insane. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's not human, so it's whatever.
Yeah, not at all. Can't even put him in the human category.
Nah, he's a unicorn alien. And,
Something out
yeah,
of this
all right.
world.
So, all right, man. Enough about the other left-handed people. Let's talk about you. So, I'm interested to know, like, what do you think about, like, kind of you specifically with left-handers in general? Like, what makes left-handed players so difficult to guard? Like, why are you guys so awkward, and why are you so crafty? And like, what makes you a cheat code almost? Like, what makes you so different to be like a difficult cover? Like, what is that?
I definitely say first off, a lot of people like end up guarding people and like push them to their right. Wait, no, push them to their left. They normally push people to their left, so it's kind of like I think it's so funny when people like say like oh push her to her left like oh push her to her left and then like or like they'll just naturally like guard me and like push me to my left and I'm like okay well little do you know I'm left-handed so you'll find out soon. But I think that's definitely like the first and foremost thing.
Mm,
And also a lot of people like learn to guard right-handed people just in general. Like when like some people are taught to like put their left-handed up when like left hand up when somebody shoots because that's their right shooting pocket.
mhm.
So it'll be like put your left hand up and like guard their shooting pocket. But like left hand like people aren't normally taught like oh put your right hand up for left-handed shooters because there's not that many left-handed shooters. So I feel like that's definitely another thing. Um, but other than that, I mean, I would just definitely say it's more people are right-handed, so it's not usual for left-handed people. Like it's not usual to guard left-handed people.
I think, it gets to a point where that's not even true anymore. Because, back in the days when I used to actually hoop for real, we had guys we knew they were left-handed and we knew they were going to go left. That didn't stop anything because they would still score going to the left hand, shoot it
Right.
in anybody's face. They would do whatever. Like James Harden, everybody knows he's going left. Nobody stopped him from going to left. So like, what is that? That's the next level thing that annoys me about you guys because it's like we know you're going left. We're trying to force you right. Some kind of way y'all end up going left anyway and scoring. Like, what is that? That's annoying.
I don't know. Maybe it's like a left-handed hezzy package or something. Cause I don't know. I feel like it's the same way. Yeah, I would definitely say it's a cross over to the right, hezzy back to the left, and then you're just open. Like I don't know. It's just like it's such a basic move, but I use it like so much that it works every time. So why if it ain't broke, why would I fix it? So I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's just a left-handed hezzy package. I don't know.
Mm. I don't like that though because you can't stop it. Like, play great defense. I've seen double teams come at a guy and you can't stop it. And
I don't know. It's something. It's okay though. I got your left-handed juices coming. Sauce.
I can't be jealous anymore because I'm gonna be one of those guys soon. So when my juice comes in, y'all better watch out. I'm hooping.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
nah, that's funny, man. So, would you describe yourself more as a scorer or more of a shooter?
um, I'm gonna say shooter just because that's something that people can like depend on me for is shooting. Um, but I'm also like the point guard for my AU team, so I'm also the scorer for that, and I'm also the passer because I gotta get my shooting guards open shots. Um, so I'd probably say like a mixture of both. I have to say a mixture of both, just because I play like different positions for different teams, or I can really play like anywhere. Well, I wouldn't say anywhere because I can't really play post, but I'm gonna say like a 1 through 3. I could play any of those spots. So yeah.
Mm. So if now I see where the Sue Bird comes in. I'm glad I see the comparison now. But if you had to pick, like, what is your favorite and or your best? Like, where are you best at? So just because it might be your favorite might not be your best at. So like, what is like that for you? Like, would you rather play point guard and you kind of get everybody involved and shoot a little bit, or would you rather be like Steph Curry and drop 30 and get like 6, 7 assists? Like, what would you feel like your favorite type of game style is for you?
Hmm. Okay. I definitely have to say. Hmm. It's hard. I'd probably say being point guard though, because I like getting people the ball and like getting people open shots, or like getting the double team and dishing out and stuff like that. But I also like who doesn't like scoring? So like I like scoring as well, obviously. But like my AU team is so like fast, like I said, so fast that like it doesn't as long as a guard has the ball, like well our whole team's basically like a guard. So like as long as somebody has the ball and going up the court, I mean I can end up really anywhere. So but yeah, I'd probably say point guard just because I like having control of the ball as well.
So you feel like that's where you're best at too?
It's hard because like I don't know. I mean, maybe like passing it and then coming off the screen, I can end up being the shooting guard. I don't know. I'm good at shooting, so like I don't know. That's a hard question. Probably I don't know. I haven't thought about that.
Hmm.
I don't know. That's a good question though.
Hey, I pride myself in asking good questions. That's why we're here. All right.
Oh yeah. At least it's not a generic question though. Like I haven't heard that question before. Some people ask like the same questions and it's like the same thing. But I have not heard that question before. So you're first for that.
I do this. You feel me? That's what I do. You hoop, and I ask hoop questions. That's the relationship we have right here. That's a good
hmm
good thing I got going. So thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Nah, man. So do you feel like you Oh, going back to that. So you played flag football, okay? Do you feel like I'm gonna go in on that too, because that's very interesting to me. But do you feel like you've learned other things from um, all your sports to apply to basketball, or is it just something kind of fun that you do that's like, whatever?
Okay, flag football is something I do for fun, but I'm the quarterback, so I feel like it like also helps me like see like gaps, I guess, in like defense. Like it helps me read. Well, in flag football, it helps me read the floor better, and then or the field better, and then in basketball, it helps me see the court better. Um, so I feel like flag football definitely like helps with that aspect. But I definitely do play flag football for fun.
Okay.
But I'm also very competitive, so it's not fun to a certain point. It's definitely I want to win, so it's competitive. So it's not I'm not goofing off anymore.
So, flag football, was it last year or the year before that was the first year they had it?
It was last year. That was the first year.
Okay, so last year was the first year. And how was that for you? Because it's a new thing. So how was that for you?
Okay, so I played with my brother in a like church league when we were younger. I can't remember how old we were, but we were younger. Um, I'd probably say like around 7 or yeah, probably around 7, 8 for me. But we played and I always thought it was really fun. It was very fun to me. And then like I found out that there's a new flag football team and I was like, okay, this is gonna be fun, obviously. Like and I'm athletic and a lot of people would tell me like, oh, like how are you good at every sport, blah 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 blah. So then I was like, okay, let me try this sport out because odds are I'm probably good at it just because I'm athletic. So then I tried it out, even though I already played it when I was younger. I tried it out, um, still loved it. So playing that now, it was I don't know. It was just kind of felt right playing it.
I
So
mean,
yeah.
it was the first year of it being, I know in Alabama for sure, but I know it wasn't done in most states. So, um, how far did you guys go last year?
Last year, I think we got past the first round, so we got on the second round against Auburn High School. Actually,
Hmm.
we lost to Auburn High School last year, but we got that ring this year though.
Okay, that's what's up. So I had a girl I was training last year. She went to Hewitt, and they won a ring last year. And so
Was it Jordan or was it another
no,
girl?
but I know her. I know her though. No, that's another girl. But
Okay.
so that was I went to the game championship game and watched. That was pretty fun to see and like be around. I think I went to another game too, but I went to a couple games actually. Yeah, that's my memory's bad. That's terrible. But yeah, it was it was fun to watch and see it because I was wondering how they were going to make it. Like, were they going to have you guys go to full field length, and what was the difference going to be? I think they
Right.
did a good job of it because
I
um,
agree.
you don't want to sit here and go to full 100 yards because that's it's different. Like you're not as big, it's not as fast, not as many people, so it's like condense the field. But overall, I think it was fun to watch. I know um, the young lady that had before, she enjoyed it. She had fun with that. So um, I know it's better for you since you won this year. So tell me about your championship, flag football ring.
Um, we okay, so the game we ended up getting a pretty big jump on them. I think it was 26-0 in the first half, and then our kind of mentality going in the second half was like obviously like try to score still, but like hold the ball as long as you can, like wait till the clock runs out or not runs out, but wait till the clock goes down and then say HUD or whatever. Run as much time as you can. And it like still didn't feel real to me. Like even when it's like the fourth quarter and the game was almost over and it was I think they scored one time, so it's 26-6, and I like still kind of felt like there's a chance they could win. So I was like still scared about that. But in reality there was no chance they were coming back. Um but we ended up winning that game. And then we customized our rings. We obviously got the biggest ones that were available for us. Um, the coach was like, "Oh, there's a dollar sign on that stuff," and we were like, "Man, we'll pay for it down the road. Our parents will pay for it down the road." But we got our rings recently. We got it. I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago. Got them 2 or 3 weeks ago. Fully customized. We love them. I would get it out, but it's in my like my little basketball case. I put it in my basketball case with my 1,000 point ball. So I have like a little trophy area for that. So yeah, it's
So
definitely an experience though.
you really just get like a couple little stunts on us. You just like got a championship ring, number one, and then you said it got the little side of the case where your 1,000 point ball at. It's just like you don't have to stun everybody like that. It's okay. Peace.
I thought it'd be a good spot to put it. I thought it'd be a good spot to put my ring. And I got a little brother, so he kind of gets into everything. So I
Mm,
also have to like protect it from that, I guess.
understandable, understandable. So since you brought it up, tell me about your 1,000 points. Like, tell me about that. How did that feel to be in that category?
It feels really good, honestly, to be a part of that club. Um, Going up to that, like in the season though, like I obviously like kept account of like how many points I needed left or whatever, and I was like, God, I gotta score like 15 to 20 a game to like make it so I could like get it before regular season ends because I didn't want to get into like area and all that and like um be thinking about my points. I would more like want to think about the team, obviously. So I was kind of like, okay, let me score 15 to 20, and then I'll like get the last game, and hopefully it'll be easy. And then I was like kind of stressing because we canceled a game earlier in the season and we re-added one at the end, and I thought it was an away game, and I was like, God, I don't want to like get my 1,000 points in an away game. And this team was really awful. Like they were so bad that we were playing. Um, but I ended up having, I think it was 7 point. No, not 7 points left. I think it was 11 points, and I hit like two threes out the gate. I think. Then I had like a layup or something like that, and then somehow or another I ended up getting a just a jump shot on the elbow, and then I got my 1,000 points there. Then got on the court or whatever, got my little picture taken, got my little ball put in the case, and then I didn't play the rest of the game because none of the starters were playing. So that was kind of sad. No, but we didn't play the rest of the game. So I mean, it kind of felt good though to soak it in a little bit.
Hmm. You know what? I really appreciate your honesty right there because a lot of people, I'm not saying they'll lie about this, but some people do lie, and it's like, I don't care about the points. I just care about winning. It's all about team. I
Right,
appreciate you being honest and be like, yo, I want the points. Like I think most players do
right,
want that. Like, I don't think there's
right,
anything wrong with saying that because at the end of the day, you do want to win. Like, I think you can have the records and the points and want to win. You don't have to
right.
pick one or the other. So I'm glad you were honest about that. Like, I respect that.
Yeah, a lot of people do say that, and I'm just kind of like, okay, you might be lying a little bit. No, but yeah. At the end of the day, I'm really athletic, or not athletic, competitive. Um, so like either way, I still want to win, regardless if I'm playing bad or good. Still want to win, obviously, because I don't like losing in general. It could be in anything, like literally anything. It could be checkers, an art contest. It could be something grammatical. Like I say a word, oh no, it's pronounced this way. It's pronounced this way. You spell it like this. It's gonna be competitive regardless. Something like I don't know. I gotta win. One way I gotta win.
That's funny, man. But yeah, I respect that, man. So, tell me about, how'd you feel before the game? Like, were you like, how pressed were you to be like, okay, I gotta get it now? Like, was it like because I heard when Steph broke the 3-point record, he was all over the place. So
Yeah,
how
it
did it
took
feel
him
for you
like
to
two
get that?
games to even get it.
Yeah.
Um, okay. All right. So I knew the team was like really bad, honestly, but my team also knew that I needed like I was gonna get my 1,000 points, so I feel like they were also like trying to help me out too, like get me the ball, type stuff. So it came really easy to me though. Like pregame though, I wasn't really. I mean, I was thinking about it, but I wasn't trying to like overthink about it because I like didn't want to turn into a Steph Curry and to make it 2 games. But I knew I had to get to that game because, like I said, I didn't want it to get in the area or like when it really mattered, so I wasn't thinking about myself.
Look, let's be serious, man. Stop playing around. All right. You didn't got too comfortable. You didn't got relaxed. You forgot that you still got people behind you chasing you right now. You still got people to catch up to. You think just because you won a championship or you had a pretty good game last time that you can relax now. We ain't worried about none of that stuff. Your goal right now is to look at how you were yesterday. Look at the player you were last night. Figure out how to be better than that person. Right now is you versus you. Your goal right now is to make progress in the person that you were last night, the person that you were yesterday. Be the person this week should be the person from last week. The person this month should be the person from last month. On the court and off the court. Personal development too. So right now, progress is the only goal. We ain't worried about what other people got going on. Focus on progress. It's you versus you. It's me versus me. So that right there is your mission. That's your goal. I don't care about who say the best in state is. I don't care about any of that. Your goal right now is to be better than you were yesterday. I don't care if you struggling to make the team. I don't care if you the last player they're looking at to make the team. We ain't worried about none of that. Your goal right now is to be better than you were yesterday. I don't care if you're the number one player in the nation. Could care less. Your goal right now is to be better than you were yesterday. So go ahead and get you one of these because you need that reminder because you got too comfortable. That's the issue. You got too comfortable. This can't get you comfortable right here. So go ahead, get you a reminder, get you like a flag hanging as a reminder to say progress is on the goal.
Is it was it tough for you to balance between getting the personal record and the stats and compete and still win? Like, is that a tough balance for you? Or was it like nothing for you to do?
Um, Personally, I wouldn't say it was really like much of an obstacle for me, but yeah, I wouldn't say it was that tough for me, honestly. Trying to, yeah, I wouldn't say it was. I wouldn't say it was.
What made it so easy for you?
Um, Goes back to all the shots I've taken in practice and all the practice I've been through. I kind of knew like I can do this, and it wasn't really like a lot of points either. It was like 10 or 12 points or something. And like I said, I knew the team sucked. Like our starters weren't even really playing, so I don't know. It was just like a game that we added in just to like still play basketball before like area starts instead of having a gap. So I like knew that the team wasn't gonna be very good. So I probably said there's a little bit of confidence from that too.
So how did it feel afterwards to finally get it into, you have the record, you went out walking out there getting the ball. How did it feel in that moment?
I feel like relief because I was kind of like stressing, like I said, like just to try to get my points in before when it really mattered. I feel like it was definitely relief. And also it felt good to be part of the 1,000 point club, as a lot of people call it. It was like it was a big accomplishment just because like it kind of helps me like remember like all the basketball I've been through to like get to 1,000 points. So it's also like a little memory piece in itself.
Hmm. So now, of course, you're not done. You know, there's another club you can get into. So, what is your mindset to get to the 2K point, the 2000s?
Just be consistent. Keep being me. Like try not to overdo anything. Just play like how I always play, cause that's what's helped me get to the 1,000 point. So obviously improve and get a better shot, like higher percentage, um, score a little more. But I'd probably say like same mindset. Just be consistent and keep being myself. Play the role that I always play.
Is it hard for you to be consistent with your training and working out?
Um, I wouldn't say so, just because I kind of just like grew up like being like just like telling myself to be consistent or just like being a consistent person in general. That's what I try to like tell my like so I try to like harp on myself. I guess just be consistent, because nobody really wants that one person that's like, oh, you walk in the gym one day and they're just super happy, and then the next day they're just like super down, and you never know like what mood they're gonna be in. So like I don't want to be like an unpredictable person. So I try to be consistent just in general, whether it's basketball or just as a person.
So is it hard for you to, because you're playing sports year round, so is it hard for you to be consistent with your basketball training while you're playing other sports too?
I would definitely say that there has to be a balance. Now, obviously, like I have to like split my time evenly, or not, I wouldn't say evenly, but like try to have time for different stuff and also have like me time. Um, but we do have fourth block. Like our fourth block class is basketball, so we'll be like working out on the off season. So we've been working out lately, so that kind of helps. And then sometimes if we don't work out, I'll go to the gym at night or something like that. Me and my brother will go to the gym after like javelin practice, and then we'll, like I said, do the cycle again. But definitely juggling, like knowing how to split time evenly and um, have that balance.
So is there any point where you put the basketball down and you not stopping, but you kind of take a break, or do you slow down? Like how do you actually balance and find that rhythm of, okay, it's not basketball season, it's flag football season, or soft or not softball anymore, but you're doing track, whatever. How do you balance getting prepared for the season of the sport that you're in right now and still training for basketball too? Like, what does that look like for you?
Okay, so right after like basketball season ended, I think everybody kind of had like a week off, just to, like mentally like help ourselves, I guess, because nobody was really like expecting to lose. Nobody wanted to lose, obviously. So like just kind of like a little mental break from basketball. And then like going into other sports. Okay, my other sports are kind of like just for fun, in my opinion. And I'm like, I don't want to like sound cocky or anything, but like I'm just like naturally good at them. So like it kind of comes easy to me. And like a lot of the girls like out at javelin like ask me like, oh, how are you so good at this? Like, oh my goodness, I've been doing this a whole year. Like you're already better than me or whatever, whatever. And like I said, I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but like they like a lot of people do ask me that, like, how are you so good or whatever, how are you so athletic, blah 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 blah. So I feel like that like I don't really have to prepare for those. It just kind of comes easily for that. But for basketball, I definitely have to. I'm still athletic, so that comes easy-ish to me. But I still have to practice that because I want to be better than mediocre, I guess.
Mm. So you would say like your motivation and like your drive to keep going is like a blend of your competitive drive and like your thought process is just, I had to get better. Like that, would you say that
I
that's
would.
what you doing? Okay.
I would agree. Yep, for sure.
So what makes you like, because some people be in a situation and kind of get complacent to where, like you said, I'm athletic, I'm pretty good at this, whatever, and they'll kind of like rely on that and not keep working and not keep growing. You just hit 1,000 points. You've been playing varsity half your life. So like, what stops you from being complacent and saying, I can relax a little bit here. I don't have to train today, whatever. What prevents that happening for you?
I would definitely say my competitive spirit. Like I could just always feel like I could get better, and like even in javelin, like I've told my coach, like coach, this like sport is actually like it's really weird, but it's really addicting. Just because like okay, so I'll throw one, and then I'm like okay, I threw that 90 feet. I'm like okay, before I leave, let me try to hit 95 real quick. And then I'm like okay, that was 91, not 95. All right, let me throw again. So it's like I feel like that also translates like just into basketball. Like okay, let me hit 5 shots, and then I'm like okay, that one hit rim. Now I gotta switch this last one. Okay, now let me hit some free throws. Okay, that one hit rim. Let me switch this one. So I feel like it's just like competitive. I don't know. It's just my competitive spirit.
Is it hard to turn that competitive spirit off?
I definitely would say so. Yes, it is, and it's hard to like change my mindset into different situations. Like if it's not that deep, like just like a little family board game. Like I have to like be like, okay, it's not that deep. It's just a board game. It's just a family board game. Like we're just bonding here. It's not like let me not get too competitive. But yeah, I would definitely say it's kind of a little bit of a challenge because I feel like like just my family as a whole is like that. We're all very like competitive. So I feel like we all have to like turn that switch off sometimes. Um, but yeah, I would say it's kind of hard to turn that switch off just because it's just in me. I don't know, something about it.
So, how do you how do you relax? Like, what do you do to like not be on go mode and drive? Like, how do you sit back and say, "Oof, let me take my athlete hat off, let me take my basketball hat off, and just like be a kid"? Like, how do you do that for you personally?
Okay, I think my little brother kind of helps me with this, just because he's always like so playful. I feel like he helps with that. To like just finally kind of relax with that athletic or like sports type stuff, and also like I don't know, I can feel like when I lay down sometimes, like I can feel like so like pressure like coming off of me. So I like that's kind of like when I realized like hey like let me like like chill out for a little bit, like maybe take a day off maybe, and then like that next day I'm like oh god, um and then I'm like oh god I'm competitive again. All right, let me chill out. Let me chill out. So but also so I have this new thing that we're doing that I'm doing, and I'm making soap now. Like I'm making a business for soap, and I haven't told anybody this, so this is kind of like um something new that everybody's hearing now too. You're one of the first people to know. Um, well, some of my teachers know, um, but I'm making a business, or I have a business where I'm selling soap. Um, Actually, my mom just brought some in here. Okay, so I make soap and I make like bath bombs, sugar scrub, body butter. And here's like one of the things. I don't know if you can read that. But yeah, it's soap. I make soap to relax sometimes too. I don't know. It's just something I'm like super creative. So like I just like making stuff. And then like here's some other stuff. Here's a sugar scrub. So we're turning the wrong thing. Okay. Bam. So there's that. So I don't know. I like making stuff. So it kind of helps me like relax too and get my mind off of like basketball and stuff like that. So that kind of helps me get my mind off of stuff.
I like that. I'm gonna try not to go too deep into business stuff because that'll be a whole nother hour. But that's dope, man. Because I was listening to what's his name? I forgot his name that fast. Kevin O'Leary. He's one of the guys on Shark Tank. His name is nickname is Mr. Wonderful.
Oh
Basically,
yeah,
you know him.
I know
Okay, he
him.
was
Yeah.
saying how he doesn't hire people who are like workaholics, and the reason he said that basically is because you have to have a balance to it. And he was saying how like the people he hires, like they're able to they're able to have something else that they can go to. So like they used to do ballet or something, used to be in music or something, and that's kind of how they distract themselves, from doing business all the time. And that made me think, man, to where it's like some people relax by doing different things, but I feel like some people think relaxing means just like laying and doing nothing. But
Mhm.
sometimes relaxing can just be like not doing the main thing. Like I think
Mhm.
obsession is good because like I can tell you have a level of obsession about you. Like you're just overly competitive. So like you're gonna be good at what you're doing because you're not gonna take not being good as an option.
Right.
But then on the other hand, you do have like a turn off switch, which is just turning off here and changing it to
And
here.
refocusing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure it out for me too, to where it's like sometimes I get so caught up in like, okay, training, podcast. That's all I think about all the time. And then like it's all I care. Like people ask me how stuff going, I think about business. That's all I think about. Like I'm not full time with it, but like I'm just like overly doing it.
Right.
And so I'm trying to find my off switch to where it's like, okay, for me, I'm a big kid. I watch cartoons. Like I'm watching anime, watching cartoons, whatever. To where it's like that's my turn off switch. But sometimes I
Right.
feel lazy to where I'm not doing business stuff. I'm not being active doing something, so I feel bad. Do you have that same thing for you to where it's like I'm not training, I'm not working out. I feel like you feel guilty for like relaxing. Like, do you struggle with that too?
I definitely do. Like spring break, I was like having separation anxiety from basketball. But yeah, I would definitely say like I do get I feel like I'm like getting lazy or whatever, even though like I'm still like doing something. Like I
Mhm.
feel like I'm getting lazy, but that's why I feel like my like soap thing is like a good idea because I'm still doing something and I'm still being productive and making money. Like I just started like making money or whatever from it. I started selling it, so I feel like I'm like being productive, but also like like you said, refocusing myself so I'm not always like basketball, 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 or sports, sports, sports. So I feel like it's a good way to like refocus but still be productive.
Okay. Yeah, I respect that because I haven't found my thing yet. I've have ideas of stuff, but I don't know exactly what I want to do yet. So um, I might, end up making, some soap or something like that too. I just got an idea from somebody. I don't know. I might do something. I don't know.
You're gonna be left-handed and making soap now, just
All
like
because of
me.
you. I'm trying to be like you, man. I'm trying to be like you. Nah. Oh, that did make me think. Do you do anything for like your mental training? Like, do you do have any process? Like, do you um do anything pre-game before training or whatever? Like, do you have anything to like anything for your mental game that you do to work on that?
Are you saying like a routine?
Like anything like routine? Do you meditate, visualization, like do anything like that?
Um, I wouldn't say like anything like the day before of anything, like a game or something. I wouldn't say I really do anything like the day before unless it's like in practice. Like I focus more on something else in practice, like shooting or something like that, or free throws, or just relaxing. But the day of, I normally try to like tell myself like, hey, it's game day. But I also don't like wake up in the morning and like think, oh, game day, game day, game day, game day, game day, game day. I more think of it like after school. That's when I start like saying like, hey, like let me lock in, like it's game, like game, 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 game. Like let me lock in the game now after like school's over with. Because I feel like if I just think about it at school all day, then I could kind of like not help me in either. It'll probably not help me in school, obviously, but then like also in basketball, I could still like get distracted by thinking about basketball during school, and then during basketball think about school.
Mm.
So like I definitely like try to find the balance in that too. So I think about it normally like after school, if I like talking in game terms, and then like in trainings, I don't really like have to mentally prepare myself because I'm kind of used to it by now. But also my competitiveness also plays a role in that. So I feel like whatever situation I put in, I feel like I'll be fine. So
So you just kind of like flip the switch on after school. It's like, okay, student brains off, competitive side, let's go.
right, yeah, that's what I would say. Yep.
Hmm, lucky. Wish I could do that. I kind of lost my fire once I stopped hooping. I don't care as much. I just do for fun. But
Yeah.
I don't know. We covered a lot. You know, we in a wide range of stuff. You got anything else you want to talk about? Any other business you want to promote?
No, by soap business, that's it. But yeah, I definitely say we did cover a lot. We talked about a lot. We went from the differences in boys and girls hooping to
Hmm.
a soap business.
Hmm.
So I'd say we covered a lot.
Yeah. Go ahead and plug your. I don't think you didn't even say the name of your business. Like you got to do some promotion right here. Come on, man.
Oh,
You gotta do something.
my bad, my bad, my bad. It's called Brooke Lindsay Soaps. It's my first and middle name, and then soaps. So Brooke Lindsay Soaps. It's pretty much like the same on everything. Like I try to keep the like name the same on everything. We have a website, it's brookelindsaysoaps.com, but there's not very much on there yet. We're gonna end up like taking pictures of everything and putting everything on there, but we got the base of everything started. Right now, it's kind of starting with like my teachers, like selling stuff to my teachers or like my peers.
Mm. So you make everything yourself too.
Yep, homemade from scratch.
So what makes your soap so special? I'm giving you like a whole little marketing play, so thank me later. But what makes your soap so special? Like, why should I, buy your soap?
It's all homemade. It's all natural ingredients, and um, I like I. That's probably like the biggest thing. And I'm also young, So I'm a young entrepreneur. Um, so yeah, I'd say natural ingredients and everything because a lot of stuff now like just kind of has like too much stuff in it, so it's not like safe. And like there's a whole scandal or whatever where like some shampoos or soaps or whatever can like give you burns on your head or whatever. So I feel like that's a big thing now too. Like right after that whole scandal happened, so it's a good time to start.
So, what different what's the word? I often say flavors, but what different like dang, what am I trying to say?
Sense,
Yes, scents. What other
sense.
different scents do you have? I can't eat the soap.
Don't worry, we call them flavors too. It's just I don't know something about it. We have a rose petals one. We right now we have like 7 main ones. We're gonna like eventually expand into having like 10 good ones. We have rose petals, something called tidal wave that kind of smells like the beach ish. Like if you were to think of like a beach smell, smells like that. We have one that's golden hour and it's like orange, white, and yellow, and it smells like really fresh and clean. We have tea tree and lavender.
Hmm.
Um, sweet lemon, which smells like a citrusy ish smell, like sweeter citrus smell. Um, what's the other one? So I went through those. What's the other one? Maybe there's just 6. I'm trying to think. Gosh, there's another one. I'm trying to think. God. All right, so I said tea tree, lavender, rose petals, tidal wave, golden hour, sweet lemon. I think that's it. That might be it.
Okay, you got 6 of them. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because we have 4 main ones and then 2. Okay, yeah, that's it. Yep.
All right, so we got the 6. So, who would you say that your soap is for? Like, who is it like for girls? Is it for guys and girls? Is it young people, old people? Who would you say that your soaps and stuff are for?
Um, I'm gonna say everybody. It's for everybody. But I actually made one yesterday where it kind of smells more like a guy scent, but I feel like most of it's like kind of like neutral ish. Like besides like the rose petal or like it's just kind of like personal preference ish. But I'd say everybody. I try to like make it for everybody so that obviously get more sales.
Okay. So which one is your favorite?
My favorite, I'm gonna have to say, it's really close between Golden Hour and Sweet Lemon because they're both, I don't know, they're both really like clean and fresh and they smell really good.
Mm, okay, so if I wanted one, how can I get one?
You could definitely reach out to me. Um, and then yeah, I would say I recommend reaching out to me in any way, like on Instagram or Twitter or anything like that. And if you want to reach me under the website, like I said, it's Brooke Lindsay Soaps. And then you can just kind of tell me what you want, and then I could get it out to you. However, and I could get money like how like I have PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, um, Zelle. I don't know. There's not very many people that use that, but Zelle. Um, obviously Cash. I have a whole like bank account just for the business too, so everything goes under that.
Okay, you get your thing. You doing your thing. So, um, I think that's enough marketing play because anymore I'm gonna have to like I mean the percentage of the sales coming in. So slow down now. All right. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna put a link down below for anybody that wants to support and do your thing. So, um, yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm happy for you. At your soap business. I like that.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, I got 2 more questions and then we can get out of here. Okay.
All right.
So, um, first question is, I'm big on giving people their flowers. Okay, so we all have people in our lives that we feel are a little underrated and just feel like they need like a little more support, not support, but like a little more appreciation for what they do. People should know how great they are. And there's people that, we tell them we appreciate them so much, but we don't do it publicly. So is there someone that you feel like is underrated in your life, or something like it can be a player you played with or against, a coach, um, trainer, whoever it is, just maybe family, like somebody just like, man, y'all don't know how great they are, but they're pretty great. So here you go. I'm gonna let y'all know how great this person is. Do you have somebody like that for you?
I feel like my answer is very common, but like you said, underrated. I would definitely say my parents because they just kind of do a lot for me and spend a lot of money for like travel ball and stuff like that, and spend a lot of time. Like my dad spends this whole Saturday just driving me to practice and then waiting for practice and then driving back home. So yeah, I definitely say my parents. They spend a lot of time with me and like training and stuff like that.
Especially the dad that drives 3 hours one way for your training. So yeah,
Yep. And it's a 5.5 hour practice, so he has to sit through that.
ooh, that's a full day. Oh my goodness. Ooh.
Yep.
So that's
Yep.
6 hours of driving plus
Plus,
5 hours of practice.
so 11 hours total of his Saturday.
That's a fun way to spend a weekend. Oh my goodness. Mm.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Whew. That's a whole lot. So yeah, shout out to your parents and shout out to everybody else's parents that have to sacrifice, and do that for their kids, man. Y'all are like some superhero. Parents are like like Black Widow and what's the other guy? What's the arrow guy name? Um
I have
Hawkeye
no clue.
from Marvel. Oh, he's terrible. But they're
I
like
don't watch Marvel. I probably should. A lot of people like love Marvel. I actually had this conversation with somebody recently about Marvel and their addiction to it. Oh no, I don't watch Marvel. I never like found interest in it.
none of them, like none of the
I
movies.
mean, like Spider Man.
Okay, I like Spider-Man too, so I can't say anything about that. But come
Just
on,
like it
man.
though. I'm sorry. I mean, I
Do you
don't
like
know. I
DC?
just.
Okay,
uh,
we can't keep going. We're done. We're done. But no, you gotta, you know, experience it. Did you at least watch Endgame? Did you watch that one?
no.
Wow. Okay. Can't believe I'm talking to you right now. I feel ashamed. This is terrible.
I'm sorry. I feel like a
I'm
lot
a
of people like either live or die by Marvel. Like, there's no in between.
I'm the guy that's in between. I don't live or die by it. Like DC does have good stuff. I will say this. I've never publicly said this. DC does better with the cartoons and stuff and their like the shows and stuff they had, but Marvel makes the better movies. I will say that. That's not a debate. That's a fact. So tell somebody that one day. I don't see their reaction to it because I haven't told anybody. It's my first time saying this publicly, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, even if something didn't sound right with your fact, I wouldn't know because I don't watch that. But I mean, I
Um,
feel like I should probably watch it now. I feel like I'm like getting guilted into watching it because like this week there's been like you and two other people that I've talked about Marvel movies and are shocked that I haven't watched it yet or any Marvel. I've only watched Spider Man. I mean, that's it. It's
because
pretty
they're pretty
bad.
good. No, I mean the movies are pretty good, and like for me personally, this might be a nerd thing for me, but I like how like they weave a story throughout all the movies. So, like they have little stuff here and there that
Right.
makes sense to where like 5 movies ago they pulled this thing out, but then the next movie they have they go back to this other movie, and it's like so many little Easter eggs throughout the movies that all make sense to the end, and it's like I appreciate that because I know that's pretty hard to do. So, well, in my eyes, it seems
Right.
like it's hard to do. So I appreciate that, but that might be like the little nerd in me coming out, but whatever, it's okay.
I can see that though. I mean, I can see how that could be interesting.
Yeah, and then like the movies by themselves, they're good too. So that's obviously because they're making crazy money from that. So
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Whew.
enough about Marvel. Shout out to your parents and everybody else's parents because they're
Yep.
underrated. But
Superstars.
yeah, oh, that's where that came from. Yeah, they thank you because I forgot the connection. So anyway, for the people who do watch Marvel, you understand what I'm about to say. Like Black Widow and Hawkeye aren't like superheroes. They're just like average human beings. They're not like somebody from another planet or somebody with some amazing suit. They're just like she's basically a spy, and the guy's basically very good at shooting arrows. That's his power. So, but that's what parents are like. They don't have any superpowers, nothing like that. But they're super in their own way. Like,
Right. They help in their own way. Yeah. I completely agree with that.
so yeah, that's where I was going with that. I'm glad you said that because that I lost that train of thought. But yeah, that's what parents are. Shout out to parents. But before we get to our last question, I want to make sure that people are actually subscribed. Like, if you're watching this on YouTube, why are you subscribed? If you're not, ask yourself why you're not subscribed because you watch this whole interview with me and her and you're not subscribed. It just doesn't make sense. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe. If you're listening on Spotify and Apple, do your thing, follow, subscribe, whatever thing is there, and do that. You can follow me on social media, BeBall Jones, SBE Ball Jones, all over social media. If you type in that, I'm pretty sure I should come up. If not, something's wrong with your phone or whatever because nobody else has that. That's why I did that. And, stop laughing. I gotta get through this. Then I need you to stop. Then you have to follow our guest down below on Twitter at Brooke Hallman one, and then on IG at Brooke.Hallman. Okay, there's a difference. She has two different ones for two different sites. I don't know why. I didn't ask her why, but it's okay. She can tell you guys later after you follow her. Buy some soap. She'll tell you that after you buy the soap. So that's the,
Oh
the
yeah.
trick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I agree with
Yeah.
everything that you just said.
But yeah, so did a whole little spiel. So now for the last question, um, you've been around sports long enough, and you're an athlete for life. So we've all had that moment where we're in the locker room during the game, halftime, or um, before or after practice, whatever. Or maybe you had a parent come up to you and they just said something that just really struck a chord with you, resonate with you, hit you in your heart. You felt that thing right there, or maybe in your chest, and it's just like that you haven't let that go. And that's something that you took off the basketball court and you applied to your life. So like, what is that thing for you that someone said that's just like, and like now you use it, outside of basketball and like your everyday life.
I'd probably say like just as a whole, like the lessons I've learned just from, like I said earlier, like just being consistent. Just like as a whole in basketball, like you got to be consistent. Um, so I feel like that's definitely like something um that I've taken out of basketball and like applied to everyday life. Um, Something that's happened, I guess. That's um, I guess like helped me, I guess, help my confidence. It's just like I feel like everybody's like this. Like just at the end of the game, like when a coach like comes up to you and says like you're a good player or whatever, like oh you played really good. Like I feel like that's just like a confidence booster as a whole, just for athletes. So I think that's one. But yeah, I'd definitely say consistent. That's a huge one that I definitely take with me, like in everyday life.
Mm, that's a good one to have. So, being consistent on the court, be consistent off the court. I believe that consistency can make you confident. If you do something and you put in the work and you try to see you're good at it, it's grow a little bit of your confidence. So that's a
Hmm.
little hack, so it's a formula I made up.
Get two birds with one stone.
Hey, you're right there. So that's it. This was a fun interview. I enjoyed this one. Um, Anything else you want to leave the people with before we get out of here?
Um, no, I don't think so. I mean, I think you covered it a minute ago with the subscribe to your thing, and then follow me, and then also check out my soap thing. I think you covered that.
Well, all right. Make sure you follow her again. Show her some love. Tell her how great she was on the interview. Tell her that her soap is amazing and you're gonna buy it. And tell her congratulations on hitting 1,000 points. Tell her how great of a lefty that she is. Tell us about all the lefties that we forgot about because we left out so many.
I
I know
agree
there
with
are.
that one. Oh
I know
yeah.
there are. That's going to bother me when you get on the court, but whatever. So, uh, but yeah, hit her up. Tell her she's great. Tell her she's amazing. And how great of a guest she was because she was. Like, this was fun. But that's it. Appreciate you watching and or listening. Have a good one. We'll see you next week because you should come back next week because it's a good podcast. But that's it. Appreciate it.